Welcome back. This video is going up on the same day as the last one because this is a shorter, sort of in-between, almost bonus episode. So I never quite know where to fit in the boss that we're gonna do this video into the natural path of the DLC because you have to go back to access it. I also really wanted to show off the surgery altar in detail. Specifically the easy-to-miss detail there, that there's a beast hiding under the table. Interesting motifs all around, with the book and the bell and the three priests and all, and the lies on the inside and all that shit. Also interesting is the classic Souls elevator trick of, you know, having a secret component to the elevator that you have to step on and step off in order to unlock something else. That something else is Skull of Lawrence, first vicar of the Healing Church. In reality, he became the first cleric beast, and his human skull only exists within the nightmare. Remember that beast skull that was sitting on the altar of the Grand Cathedral in the waking world? Destined to seek his skull. Even if he found it, it could never unlock his memories. And then here, I'm like, how do I make it go down? Oh, you gotta do this. Okay. This is one more little secret down here. Nice hat, Katie. You look like the guy from New Radicals. And it's the church cannon. Designed for use by brawny men with deteriorated brains. Wow, it's a bit harsh. Yeah. Again, I really like the glimpse into these early days of the hunt, where they're jury-rigging all these contraptions together to fight the beast scourge. Anyway, way back here at the chapel here at the beginning of the Hunter's Nightmare, after getting owned by Squidward a couple dozen more times, you may have thought, hey, that thing looked like a boss that was here. Well, it is. We just didn't have his skull at the time. Gotta bring him his skull before he'll deign to fight you. And maybe you wouldn't have such a headache if you stopped screaming. Anyway, Lawrence, the first vicar, is, the only optional boss in the DLC. You do not have to fight him, in order to complete it. And in fact, he kind of ruins the pacing, I feel, because this DLC is, very much driven by forward progression, and having to backtrack to get to him really kills the pace no matter when you decide to do him. So I figured I would just get it done right here at the start, as a little bonus video, because I feel like he's he's related enough to Ludwig that it would make sense to group them together, and also because I hate this boss. I think it's the worst one in the game. I hate doing it. It took me just about over an hour to actually win this fight. So this is extremely pared down. This is like my first, second, and 30th attempt. I don't know, I didn't count. Probably wasn't actually 30. Yeah, it's like I have enough trouble early on with the cleric beast, just sort of getting used to the rhythms of combat, you know, in the early going in this game, and giving him like fire area of effect attacks really does nothing to improve that. And also some new attacks the cleric beast didn't do, like that body slam. And he's got some more tricks up his sleeve that you'll see later. I hate this fight so much, I actually resorted to something I told myself and you that I was not going to do this Let's Play, and I actually summoned an NPC to help. If you have the League rune equipped, then there will be a summon sign for Valtyr in the entry hall. So the last, like, 4 or 5 attempts I made at this boss, I summoned Valtyr to help me kill him. So you're gonna see that later, once I finally get murked by this fucking shrieking asshole. I also just kind of, like, I'm not really a big fan of the, like, you know, fight the first boss again, but it's on fire thing now. Like, I didn't really like it in Mario Galaxy, and I don't like it here. Also, a lot of issues with camera when you're close to the walls. Anyway, an hour later, not kidding, I came here with my boy. I also gave up on trying to use the whirligig saw on him. I was like, I might as well try this weapon, and then nope, that didn't work. That was actually not a good idea, and I shouldn't have done it. Yeah, maybe if I had done this fight just before the final boss of the DLC with a couple other, you know, victories and level ups under my belt, maybe this would have gone smoother, but, like, the final boss of the DLC is also very hard and took me a long time to do, and I was like, I really don't want to do 2 really hard bosses in a row, one of which I actively dislike, you know, so I'm making the best of a bad situation. God, he just keeps bitch slapping me, God. Anyway, once he gets down to about this level of health or lower, the fight will drastically change. Any minute now. There it is. He says, screw having a bottom half. And anywhere he goes, the bottom of his torso will leak lava onto the floor, so you gotta be real careful where you dodge. And he swipes everywhere, and I found it very difficult to even conceptualize when I could manage to hit him, and where I was supposed to dodge, and when. And, yeah, I hate this fight. Yeah, the Old Hunters has 5 bosses, 3 of which are really good, 1 of which is okay, and 1 of which is Lawrence. I think the worst boss in the game. Like, the Blood-Starved Beast probably caused me more suffering per capita, like, in total, over all of my playthroughs of this game, since it, you know, it was the one that made me consider giving up the most on my first full playthrough. But you know, that's so early on. Like, by the time you get here, you know, into the DLC, it's like, I don't feel like giving up. Like, I'm just pissed off without any motivation. You know, it doesn't have the same feeling as going up against the blood-starved beast and having a whole crisis of faith, like, oh god, can I do this? It's like, no, I know I can do this, it's just this guy's being an asshole. Oh, and he also, he's shitting lava. And there goes Walter. Well, thanks for softening him up. At this point, I was like, okay, I gotta just learn this pattern and get through it. And it turns out, if you kind of just keep edging to the left as he goes around in a circle, without really dodging, because dodging will set you into the path of the lava and stagger you, that seems to be the key to getting around this, this attack, which thankfully he decided to do a bunch of times in a row, giving me ample opportunity to hit him. And of course, disengaging is always a valid option. I felt that roar deep down in my soul, Kate. Anyway, if you are running a Beasthood build, this is actually, well worth doing, this fight. Because you get the Beast Embrace rune, which is a big buff to your Beasthood. It is also the first of a couple DLC exclusive runes that actually change your character's appearance. Which I will show off in just a freaking minute. Hold your horses there, shorty. Everyone wants this instant gratification these days, these fucking millennials. With their avocado toast. And their blood ministration. Yeah, so if you go over to your Covenant runes and put on the Beast Embrace and you... Ah! Ooh. Werewolves of London, indeed. Also, for whatever reason, I think because I'd been, belatedly leveling Arcane so I could have a little bit more, defense and resistances, I am now able to use the old Hunter Bone, so I figured I'd show it off here. Also, the empty Phantasm Shell, which, works just like Fire Paper and, oops. This episode was a bust. I hope you're proud of yourself, Katie.